What is up, party people? Happy Chad wins again Wednesday. I could smell the victory.
Dude, I just told Mason and Brother Han that I'm winning that freaking wrestling trophy today.
That's it.
I'm doing it. I've got a great song thanks to a great listener.
Bell says, hey, because he sat in here with me yesterday as Ryan trains, and he goes, I'm going to sit in there again. He goes, but I'm probably going to do the one-hit wonder in the room because if you play it, you're going to cheat. It's not going to happen that way.
That was a little wordy, but
it's not.
Not even close to what I said.
Not even close. Then he comes, then today he goes, hey, can you play this from here? And I go, yeah, I can play from there. Cool. And he tells me which one he's doing, he wanted to do. And then he goes, crap, dude, they never even had a hit in America.
Yeah, the song never charted on anything. Not even the college charts, and that was where they got their start.
Yeah.
I was going to play Nemesis by Shriekback.
Yeah, that's a great song. But no.
Peaked at 94 on the UK charts.
That's it. That's as far as they got. Man, it was a hard driving song, though. They was so hard driving, you're like, these guys feel like Germans. But they weren't, right? Because the Germans, they like to rock hard.
You just listened to the song and felt like invading somebody.
Yeah, it was really good. It's like one of those songs you play when you want to get up. There's a nemesis. But no, I like the one you went with today. I'm pumped, though. It doesn't matter. I win. You know who really wins today, guys? You guys do.
That's right.
Because Kylie's insane.
Oh, I can't wait to hear her. I wonder what she experienced this time.
Oh, my goodness. What hasn't she experienced?
That's what I'm saying, man.
The amount of racism that she goes through is tremendous for an uppity white girl who's well-to-do. I don't know how she does it. Oh, Pete Hegseth said it's costing us $1 a day. That's pretty much about all it's costing us for the war. It's so funny watching these people fight back and forth. It's such crap. We're still at war with Iran, so there you go. Let's see what oil's doing. Last time I checked, it was kicking us in the grundle. Oh, yeah. It's up big time today, almost 8%. I think, okay, so what did you say gas was at? 396, 398?
395.
395. That's going to change tomorrow.
No, I'm sorry, 396.
Yeah, that's going to change tomorrow.
It's going to go over 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Currently so if you were out there and you had your barrel, so our tuna boat that doubles as a ginormous cargo freighter has 1.5 million barrels on it, and we're stoked. We're going to get $130 to $140 a barrel for each one of those right now. That's even better than the tuna. But I don't know how good we may have to bring all of our cars to tow our giant boat around. That's how
we might have to have some oars because we can't afford the gas.
we can't.
We're going to have to paddle our tuna boat.
Oh, only Ken would go to oars. How about we get a sailboat instead and let the wind do it?
Oh, that's a much better idea.
Oh, sure. You want to go green.
We'll pick up Greta Thunberg all the way.
I love her haircut.
I'm sure she's in school.
She just sat down. She goes, you know what I want to look like? He-Man. Give me the He-Man.
I always thought she looked more like Buster Brown.
Give me the He-Man, by the way. Yeah. And if you could make it where maybe I look like I have a little bit of the Downs, that'd be good too. How dare you?
How dare you?
Smell my finger.
Let that tuna go.
Oh, she's spectacular. We need more like her, though. You know, it's funny. You went from being, okay, cool, you care about the environment. Look, one thing I'll say, she puts her money where her mouth is, right? Like,
yeah.
Sailing around on a boat to go somewhere, good for you, darling, if that's what you want to live. But the good news, I mean, that's some stuff right there. I am not doing that.
No, sir.
No, hell no. Hell no. Hell no. And I see that we finally got old what's his name, huh? Going to go get that old former AG meanie weenie. We're going to go after all the people that have absolutely been mean to Trump. Anybody who's done it, including Mr. 8647.
Oh, Comey.
Comey with your shells. Look, dude, it's a stupid try. I feel bad for Todd Blanche who's got to go, do we really have to do this?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, he's got this look on his face. How am I going to prosecute this?
Yeah. Do we really have to do this?
How am I going to prove that He spelled that out in the sand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
in
that's
order to call on somebody to kill the president.
And by the way, Jim, old James, ginormo, because you're also a freak in nature with your 9 feet. He is. If you've never seen him stand next to Trump, Trump's
like
like
9
looking
foot
up to him.
tall.
You're like, oh. Here's the thing, man. Nobody buys that you were sitting there. The water came in, went back out, and spelled 8647. Nobody's buying that.
Exactly. Oh, look what I ran across on the beach in North Carolina. What is this?
Oh, Lord. Oh, that is so, that is just, yeah, I better take a picture of that. I'm not afraid. Shut up. All of you need to shut up. But I feel bad because I know Blanche has to, like, he's got to, with a straight face, turn this thing in. All right. Okay. We got some people to indict him. Oh, did you? Yeah. Who was it? They're all named Trump, but it's okay. It was a special jury. We got it. It's going to be great. It's going to be the best jury. It's going to be a fantastic jury. So I was laughing so hard. But both of you, come on. I mean, really? Like, that's the stretch for that is tremendous to think that that's what it is. Because so now if I say 86, get them out of here, does that mean you want them
You
dead?
threatened their life. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You've threatened to cut their throat with a seashell.
There's a soccer team called the 86ers.
They're done.
They're done. Okay, good. Got to make sure. Just so I want to make sure that we've got all of this dialed out, kids. All right. So we got a lot of stuff to get to. Yeah, the one hit wonder is gonna be awesome. And the ladies today were on fire. They were good. I was surprised about how angry they are. It's like our girl Jess, she's pregnant.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Which clinic did she go to for the in vitro?
No, she's got a dude. It's really weird. Yeah, she's got a dude. It's really weird.
Somebody's dating that.
No, Jess is hot. She's pretty hot.
Until she opens her mouth.
No, but it doesn't matter, I mean, again, she's pretty hot. But yeah, we're going to hear about the dating struggles of our girl Kylie, who, by the way, spectacular. She's the best. She is the best. Absolutely
being the worst.
best.
She's the best at being the worst.
That's right. You are the best bad idea.
She is insufferable.
I can't wait to hear it, man. I mean, she comes up with a new scenario every week.
Every time. She's like, I got into an elevator, and it happened to be everybody in the elevator was part of the Klan, and they were coming to kill me, but I was going to protect. You're like, what? Nobody buys it. God, every time you turn around, she says something more, but that's why we love her, because the progressives do that. Trump wants to make Comey spend his money. It was the crabs. Somebody said it was the crabs. They were the ones who assembled 8647.
So it was actually crabs threatening Trump?
Yeah.
Where's the whole thing with Bolton? Is he still being John Bolton?
Yeah, they raided his house for documents.
He took his mustache off. Nobody can find him now.
So is that turning into a prosecution?
Probably not. I would assume it's
just to cause him strife.
That's it. This is, again, and
make him jump through a bunch of legal hurdles.
There you go. And maybe some of them may get to the first, they may get to the first hearing, of which they're usually going, really? That's what I think. You could hear the judge going, no, it's shells. Well, he could have meant kill the president. No, he couldn't. That was not happening. The crab people, I like that. That would be hilarious. The crabs are.
It just shows a big claw laying a shell down.
Trump's like, everybody, we got to get the crabs.
Turns out to be the crabs from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. It's like in South Park.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's going to be great. We're going to get him. SpongeBob, he could be, maybe it's his people. Right? SpongeBob. Not, maybe it's, not the Little Mermaid.
Mr. Krabs.
Not the Little Mermaid. You ever read the original story of the Little Mermaid? The Hans Christian Andersen? No. Okay, if you guys have no idea, Disney does this. Oh, look, Hans Christian Andersen, he wrote a story. Let's do the real story. He is saved by her. She wants to be a human. She can be, but her legs are on fire all the time, and she bleeds from her foot all the time. She is kind of at meh. He doesn't really love her, but he likes her as a friend. He marries somebody else. She contemplates killing the other girl. And there's no crabs. That is The Little Mermaid. Hans Christian Andersen.
You lost me at the word reading.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know, they're not always what you think they are. It's so vile when you read the fact that her legs are in pain, like she's being stabbed by knives. She bleeds from her feet. She wants to kill the girl that is stealing her guy. You're like, my God, what a horrible thing. Hey, the Germans, man, they didn't mess around. You don't mess with those things. So we got to do Mr. Krabs. A lot of people think Mr. Krabs did it. Which one was
Mr. Krabs?
Mr. Krabs.
He owns the Krabby Patty.
What about the Plankton guy?
Oh, yeah. Who was he the fellow that talked like that? No.
No,
Plankton.
the little itty bitty. I think
That little green fellow.
Yeah, little green fellow feels like he'd do something like this, right?
That cartoon is fantastic.
Little green fellow. He feels like maybe he's going to do something like this. Maybe it is SpongeBob. Maybe he's had enough.
It's Squidward.
Oh,
Squidward did it. He's the one who talks like this.
His pet. What was his pet? Gary.
Yes,
Ms.
it was
Gary
a
that did it.
snail.
So somebody wants me to talk about something positive. America's awesome. Yeah. How about that? Go team. We're talking positive. I'm winning today. We're going to have great music. We got crazy women. That's always nice. When aren't they crazy? Right? How was the weather yesterday, brother?
It wasn't really bad here in Middle Tennessee. By the time it got to us, it just kind of turned into there was some lightning. There was a lot of lightning, but it was mainly just rain.
That's not bad.
So, yeah, I mean, we didn't have any tornado warnings or anything like that in Middle Tennessee, so we're very thankful.
The good
Praise the
thing was,
Lord.
though, that NES had 25,000 linemen staged.
They grew
Just in
special
case.
polls for just this day.
Yeah. Now they're gonna get backlash for having too many linemen on standby for things.
They just can't seem to get it right. Teresa, please resign.
Cut the trees down, people bitch. Leave the trees up, people whine.
bitch.
Yeah, Comey has turned himself in, and then they just said, get out of here. Did you bring the offensive shells with you? First of all, how do you even know those were his shells? I mean, there's no smoking shell.
Well, how do we even know it was a beach in North Carolina?
There you go. All of this, the case is just falling apart now. Just
They were able to visually analyze the sand and realize that was the only place it could come from.
Is that what it is? It's all falling apart now, kids. It's all falling apart. It is One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We've got a lot of stuff to get to. White Woman Wednesday. I got so many great things here. The progressive ladies are at it today. Man, we might have to have a few double headers on this craziness. Get ready for it. It is going to be awesome today. Again, my chance to win my 4th title in the One Hit Wonder. Bell's going for number 4, and Ken, number 2. Pulling it up. But you say you got it today.
I do. I've got a good one.
All right.
Woo, I got a good one.
I'm pretty certain I'm not going to win, but I like the song, so I'm going to use it.
I'm pretty sure I have a chance. A very good chance. I'm thinking I do. We're going to find out, though. That's what we do. We put it to vote. You know how it goes. All right, coming up, What Woman Wednesday. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. All right, Bulwark Capital wants to talk to you. See what's going on outside? See the chaos, the craziness, the lunacy happening outside when it comes to the market? Are you ready for it to have a different look at the market? My friends over at Bulwark would love to talk to you, and they're going to show you what it is they do. Let me tell you something. They're active investors, okay? These are not to sit around, wait, put you in a few mutual funds. That's not. If that's who you want, that's just it. If you want to grow and you want to look at opportunities through the fundamentals of common sense investing, through an amazing group of people that are going to work for you in ways you couldn't believe, this is what Bulwark is all about. They're going to give you a free Know Your Risk portfolio review. That's where they go through your portfolio, talk about, all the things going on, find out where you want to go, what you want to do. And if you're going in that direction, they'll tell you, stay on this course. If not, they'll offer up some suggestions, and then you guys can go from there. It's that simple. So why don't you do this? Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOWriskpodcast.com, and get yourself a free Know Your Risk portfolio review from my friends at Bulwark Capital A. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com from friends at Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisors served offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Trick 2647. Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling presents Spring Breathe Easy Package designed to help homeowners clear out the dust, allergens, and pet dander before summer heat arrives. So this powerful package is incredible. Busy Bee, you guys know how amazing they are. All right, so it's an AC tune-up, all right? This is the best, right? Our guy, they're going to take care of you like you cannot believe. And they're going to give you an indoor air quality check, duct inspection, premium air duct cleaning. You're going to get all that junk out of there. It's been sitting around there. And then you're going to be able to breathe easier than before. Whole home germicidal system, they're going to give you that. You're going to reduce the airborne contaminants. And with a premium service, you're going to get bonus unit fog deodorizer, leaving your system fresh and clean. That's what you want. That's what you want in that smell. So $11.99 for the 1.5 to 3-ton systems, regularly $1,800, big savings, $15.99 for 3.5 to 5-ton, regularly $2,100. What are you saying, Chad? I'm saying call Busy Bee right now, 615-775-7833, or visit them online at busybehvac.com today.
Shots fired on I-65 in Middle Tennessee, and someone's going to jail for it. We'll tell you about it at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It's Wednesday, as we do every Wednesday. We have a little bit of fun. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. White, educated women, young, progressive. They like to be, how should I say this, bossy.
It's 9 a.m. at the coffee bar. She's live streaming from her car. Fair trade, tote, bread, and UHD, telling workers what they ought to be. Let me center your experience. She said, speaking over everyone. Got a thread for every human sin, but blocks you if you don't chime in. It's White Woman Wednesday.
The white ladies have been at it, and they're continuing to be at it over and over again, telling us men, regardless of colors, how we should feel about everything and how, how they know better than we do. In particular, also the MAGA folk, right? So one of the good friends here, Jess, who loves to tell us all, and by the way, Jess, it does a lot of stuff. She's a very progressive, yet pretty popular progressive person that has a podcast, does a bunch of other stuff, and she's going to give you some coded words for MAGA.
What are some MAGA-coded phrases you've seen on social media or heard in real life? I talked to Jillian Wilson for this article for Huffington Post about the pervasive nature of these MAGA-coded dog whistles or phrases. One I mentioned was traditional family values. I was watching Love Overboard, great show. Gabby Wendy should host more. And there was a guy on there talking about how he's looking for someone with traditional family values. I was like, that guy's MAGA. I went to his social media. Of course, MAGA. On the surface, this language can seem innocuous. Like, yeah, I want someone who values family. But it's always cloaked in anti-LGBTQ rhetoric. They want the woman to take on a submissive role. It always alludes to this idea about who belongs where in society. Another one I said, and this one's pretty obvious, but anyone using the phrase DEI hire, we know the Trump administration has called DEI programs racially discriminatory, which makes no sense. Oh, and I of course had to talk about the marry a provider trend.
Uh-oh. Hey, MAGA coded words. Did you say traditional family? You mean where the woman has a vagina and has a baby, maybe? Is that traditional? That's old school, Chad. You don't even know.
That's racist.
That is racist. She's not even finished.
I feel like the new iteration of this that I've been seeing this week is the I didn't marry a loser trend. I've seen that one be used in kind of like multiple contexts, but it's definitely been used in like the provider sense too. My issue with these types of trends is that they never talk about capitalism. They say you're burnt out as a woman, not because these systems aren't set up for you, but because you're not adhering to your natural place as a woman. It does nothing to address unpaid labor, lack of paid leave, lack of healthcare, things that contribute to women being burnt out, and sells them this idea of subscribing to patriarchy while giving up your economic autonomy while still living in this capitalist system.
Absolutely. At
the end of the day, a lot of this MAGA-coded language is fear-based. They lack nuance, they prey on your emotions, and they're trying to get you to buy into fear of the other, whether it's the LGBTQ community, whether it's your immigrant neighbor, whether it's your feminist coworker. What are some other words and phrases that you personally find MAGA-coded? Let me know in the comments.
Anybody?
So, wait a minute. She didn't marry a loser, but her husband did?
Yeah, that's the way that works. So I just want to get this correct. All right, so just want to make sure we're all on the same page here about who married who, what kind of losers are out there, because we don't want to get it wrong, okay? You know, because, and remember, what code words do you have out there? Just in case you heard some. Now, Belle, who's your favorite of all, though?
What do you mean?
Of your white women that are uber progressive?
Oh, Kylie, without a doubt.
Where'd she go to school?
Well, she had a scholarship to white, but she went to brown.
That's right. She was going to be one of the Caucasians, but then she said, nope, not for me.
It is so funny to me when racist white men think that they're entitled to a white wife. An article was written about me in Yahoo News about how I went on a date with a white guy and he kept asking me if I've dated black men. All of the comments are saying things like, oh, she's tainted. Yes, she's tainted. I would never go on a date with her. And here are some screenshots. But then in the same breath, they're commenting, do you really think a white guy would like you? Do you really think a white man's gonna marry you? You have to act right for a white guy to marry you. As if white, racist, conservative men are like the epitome of manhood, the epitome of masculinity. It's also the fact that I am attracted to men and women and I date both, and people are still, oh, if you want a white husband, you gotta act right. Like, shut the up. My God, if I cared, I would not have made this account in the first place, but I care a lot more about educating white people, even if that means I face a tremendous amount of backlash, than I do about ending up in some white supremacist fairy tale where I end up with a white husband and pop out as white kids. Like, y'all really need to calm the down and really examine why you feel the need to comment these things on my page and what it says about you that you're preoccupied with my sex life, because it's weird as seriously, calm down.
I'm sorry, I zoned out. What'd she say?
She said, settle down, white people. So I wanted to clarify this. So if you went out with a white man, you're going to make him work harder based on his race, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, that's not racist.
No, that's not. That's reverse DEI. That's what that is. Somebody get the Supreme Court. They'll rule 6-3 in our favor. No voting for you. Oh, my God.
She would just be so miserable if she didn't have something to complain about.
You know what? She is, it's part of the Victimhood Olympics, which is fantastic. We enjoy it because it gives us stuff to laugh about. But when you honestly think about this for a second, like she goes, I date both men and women. Okay, that's
Good
great.
for you.
You know what? You probably turned more lesbians into straight women than anybody. They're like,
probably
yeah,
turned quite a few
I'm
men
just
gay.
going back to the peen. That is insane. And you know what? She's out there. God bless her. But the other thing, too, is she's like, oh, victim me. Look at all these things that people say. You live for that. You love that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but can you imagine trying to have a conversation with her on a date over dinner?
No.
She's always going to try to lead it back to something she can turn into content.
Well, the whole thing is, she's like Taylor Swift, right? Like, are we really dating, or are you just trying to figure out how I can break your heart by doing nothing so you could write a song about what a jerk I am?
Yeah, is this a date or work research?
I'd order a bloody steak with a side of chicken.
And by the way, tell me the backstory about how the chicken was just trying to do his job and raise some money for his kids that came here illegally. Oh, Lordy. All right, I'm going to go get the belt. It is time to find out who will be champion. It's One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You guys know you vote on the One Hit Wonder. You decide which one of us has the best One Hit Wonder. 3 great One Hit Wonders today, guaranteed, or your money back. Except for the fact that you don't pay to listen to this. But you could. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. What song did you pick, Meredith?
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Right now in Middle Tennessee, National Weather Service surveying storm damage from the past 48 hours to determine if any tornadoes caused it. Meanwhile, last night in North Texas.
Despite the damage done by high winds and baseball-sized hail, no one was killed in the storms that marched for miles across this region. As for victims still trapped in buildings or cars,
we're still going to receive calls as some people start checking on loved ones.
Ryan Dunn is the fire chief in the hard-hit town of Mineral Wells.
We're going to go out and check and make sure everybody's okay, but so far we have not had any reports of anyone missing.
Dunn reports 2 people were hurt in his city. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yeah, here in Middle Tennessee, shots were fired during a road rage incident last week on I-65 in Robertson County. Authorities say 2 vehicles driving aggressively when a man in one of the cars opened fire. After exiting the interstate, investigators say another shot hit the passenger door and seat of a second vehicle. Zachary William Collins now charged with attempted homicide and 2 counts of aggravated assault. As Secretary of War Pete Hegseth getting questioned by Congress on the overall Iran war strategy. Ranking member Adam Smith of Washington asking Hegseth about the reasons to strike Iran 2 months ago.
Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
reclaiming
might be.
My time for
we're
just
watching
a quick
it.
second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a conventional shield of thousands of
So
missiles.
Operation Midnight Hammer accomplished nothing of substance. It left us at exactly the same place we were before.
That is the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, guys. Cracks, the walls, uneven floors, drive, sinking. USS, United Structural Systems. Guess what? I trust them. They've been doing everything the right way for a long time. Since 1994, right here in Tennessee, USS doesn't believe in the quick fixes, right? They're not there to put the Band-Aid on something. They want to get it done. They want to get it done right. And they're not going to come there and give you, we're going to come out and then we're going to scare you into something. No, they're going to give you a real, honest, they're going to paint the picture for you of what's going on, and they're not going to charge you anything for it. And if they find something that needs to be fixed, they'll tell you, and you can believe them. I do. They're incredible. So whether your house needs some foundation stabilization, crawl space repair, you got water somewhere it shouldn't be, and let me tell you something, a lot of that is going on right now. They will come out and take care of it. United Structural System is committed to their customers, and they invest in what matters most. So what are you waiting for? If you got an issue, call USS today, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or online at USSTN.com. Da, 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 da. Ready to rock and roll here. Every Wednesday, you guys know what we do. You know how we do. It's called One Hit Wonder Wednesday. This is where you participate as well. You tell us which one of us had the best one-hit wonder, told the story of stories about a great tune. And we got some good ones here today, supposedly.
Yes, sir.
Now,
I've got a good one.
I'm not quite sure. We're going to go with Bell's. Bell had to throw an audible.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we're going to see how Bell did. But before we do any of that, guys, it's One Hit Wonder. Isn't it better than this?
Now it's time for another edition of One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You may not remember the name of the band, but you definitely know the song. This is One Hit Wonder Wednesday.
All right, One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We rock, we roll.
Quick reminder, we can't play music on the internet, so if you want the full effect, you got to listen on the radio.
Yeah, because we'll get in trouble because of the radio stations and whatnot. You want to start, Bell? We'll see how it does.
Okay.
Or should we let's let Ken start while we do this. All right, Ken, it's up to you. What do you got for us? We're ready. Ooh, I like this one. Oh, baby. Oh. With bread. He went on to greater success with bread. Yeah, he started Panera Bread.
Panera Bread? Oh, that's terrible.
No way. Well done, Rick.
I think it's cheating when you get listener suggestions.
No, I like when you do by the seat of your pants. Jason has asked, have you gerrymandered the district, Bell? You probably has. He already went to the Supreme Court.
And won.
That's right. 6-3. 6-3. I like that song. Is so cool when you hear it. And you know what's it's awesome is, yeah, it's one hit wonder. But what sucks is so many of these bands had great names, and they screw it up for anybody else having that name. Blues Image, Iron Butterfly. It's screwed. Oh, lordy, lordy. All right, Bell, are you ready?
Yeah. This is actually from 1997. Huge hit on the modern rock chart. Went all the way to number 2 on the Hot 100 and was there for 4 weeks.
Here we go. I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. Such a great song. Ooh. She is, whatever happened to her?
She went away. She was a one-hit wonder. She was riding the coattails of Alanis to a certain degree, and then she couldn't come up with anything just as good.
Wow.
She got a ton of airplay, and MTV just ran the video into the ground. They played it so much.
Yeah. God, she was... Yeah, this is one of those people you thought, you know, like, is this another Sheryl Crow type or one of those kind of things? such a good song.
Also reached number 2 in Australia and Canada. It reached number 2, and in the United Kingdom, it made it to number 6.
Oh,
so she had a worldwide hit and then vanished.
Man. Wonder what she does now. You got to think about it. Is she a backup singer? Huh?
Make sandwiches.
Make sandwiches. As all good women should do.
She was nominated for Best Female Rock Vocal Performance, Best Rock Song at the 40th Annual Grammys, but no pop nominations.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I just thought, I was watching, speaking of Sheryl Crow, I was watching somehow, because I watched a bunch of stuff with the Michael Jackson movie, but the Human Nature thing was such a massive song, right? Like, and that's Quincy's like, we need something to tie this entire album together. And they had heard the, what's his name with the big hair from Toto? The guy.
Steve Lukather.
Yeah, he'd heard his little, why? He goes, you guys can go and find it on the internet where he's just, why? But he is, Michael Jackson's doing it and practicing, and it's in this big arena by themselves. And he keeps turning to the lady and goes, is it Carol? Is it Shannon? And she goes, it's Cheryl, because it was Sheryl Crow.
Oh,
she was the backup singer. And I was like, oh my God. She had big hair too. My one-hit wonder day, guys, I'm going to tell you guys this. You guys are probably going to go, it's no way. It's a way. This is not just the biggest one-hit wonder. As far as there are been one songs that have been way bigger than this as a one-hit wonder. No band we've ever done has been this big. In fact, they are so big that last year their tour was the second biggest selling tour in America, in the world. Almost $500 million.
The Beatles?
No, it's not the Beatles. Although they did say at one time they're better than the Beatles, if that gives you a hint of who they are.
I know exactly who you're talking about now.
Yes. The Mancunian brothers only had one hit. No, that's not their name. Their name is Oasis. And I think a lot of people think, because they've sold 100 million albums, that they had a bunch of hits here. If they didn't, Champagne Supernova didn't chart. Don't Look Back didn't chart. This got to number 9, and that was it. But remember, they're better than the Beatles.
What the hell's a Wonderwall?
Okay, so this, when it came out, it was, when they wrote it and stuff, it was about Noel's girlfriend breaking up with him. Or Noel's girlfriend breaking up with him. When it became a hit, it was about him deciding to walk away from the relationship. Oh, man.
Those two guys have got to come from the most dysfunctional family on the planet.
Just
all the time.
2009, they started getting. Did you remember the MTV? They went on MTV when they were touring here, and Noel got mad at his brother and went up in the rafters, and then he heckled him the entire time he was singing.
It was on MTV Unplugged, and he would not perform with his brother, so his brother had to sing the vocals while he's sitting upstairs in the balcony.
And then they got into a fist fight in France, and he walked away forever. He called his brother Potato because he said, "You're as dumb as a potato." Liam said, "You are a fork in a world full of soup." That is just, but they've had, obviously, tons of hits elsewhere, but only Wonderwall was a hit here, which is shocking. I thought they had a couple.
And they can still sell arenas out in this country.
Their last tour last year sold out everywhere. They said that when they played in London, their first gigs back at Wembley, whatever, they sold out 3 nights, 100,000 people, 2.5 million people applied for tickets. And they made $500 million. The average concert venue last year's tour was 60 to 100,000 people.
Yeah, they're playing stadiums.
Yeah, and they sold them out here.
Yep.
I mean,
here?
yes, sold them out here. I mean, that's good luck trying to get tickets. So there you guys go. You've Weaver. We got a Meredith Brooks. Champagne Supernova was not a hit. I want to go over this again, guys. Was not a hit.
And remember, we can change the rules anytime we want to.
Yeah. So just to let you guys know. Yes, we're just making them up as we go. So let you guys know, Champagne Supernova is like Champagne. It's not a hit. Now in the UK they had hits, but in Billboard, Champagne Supernova got to, Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, and The Shock. Those things were on. Sometimes they were on the alternative charts, but they didn't really release a ton because they didn't need to because they were better than the Beatles. So
I remember him. George Harrison slammed them at one point.
Yeah.
And I think it was Liam responded with, I still love the Beatles, but that man's a nipple.
They are the worst, best people ever is the best way to describe that. They are, you know what? It's one of those things where you're like, you guys are insufferable.
Yep.
You deserve each other.
You deserve each other.
Yeah. And when, when Noel, Liam sang the song, Noel wanted to do all the singing for that because he wrote it and stuff, but then he let Liam sing it, and Liam dragged it out, because that's what he does. So,
and then he probably tried to claim writing credit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I extended the note.
I don't know. And the stories, too. Talk about drinking. Look, and I'm not a huge fan of Oasis simply because they were born in the blue half.
What's that mean?
Well, in Manchester, there's the red half and the blue half.
Oh.
Like the red half and the blue half. The blue half is Man City. The red half is Manchester United, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So you guys vote. Let us know. Blues Image is a good Ride, Captain Ride. Oh, yeah. I love that song. Yatch from Meredith Brooks. And Wonderwall, Oasis, those are ours. Who will get the belt? We will tell you later on this afternoon for sure. All right, coming up, another one of our favorite things we do here. Nobody does it better than him. If you want to start thinking about how you're going to spend your winnings, Bell is going to spin sports at us because Bell's doing sports straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Relief Factor is awesome. Take it every single day. Naturally formulated. And this is for aches and pains in your joints. This is aches and pains in your muscles. This is the aches and pains of just everyday life, right? Maybe you work out a little bit too much. Maybe you just exert yourself too much, or maybe just get a little bit older. Plus, with how we eat, inflammation's nasty. This is going to fight inflammation. It's got resveratrol, omega-3 fatty acids. It's got black pepper extract, which helps your body absorb more. It is incredible what it has, and it's going to help you feel so much better. Get your life back. Don't live in pain. Relief Factor is going to help you with it right now. $19.85 for a 3-week quick start. So you go to relieffactor.com to get yours. Relieffactor.com. Remember, you can take it every single day. You will feel a difference in no time. It's relieffactor.com. Call 800-4RELIEF. 800, the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor. Oh, baby, 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 baby. It's that time of the day when the guy that is the king of sports delivers his award-winning sports cast.
Now it's time for Sports with Beth. When you need to know sports information, you turn to the guy who calls basketball shooty hoops. Let's talk sports with Beth.
Oh, shooty hoops, McGee.
So ridiculous.
You are. That's why we
Okay,
love you.
is the Kentucky Derby sports?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So how do you score in that thing?
How do you score?
Yeah, and I was told that the uniform requires you to wear a little derby while you're playing.
Yes, that's totally it. No.
Okay.
So you're going to pick somebody at the Derby?
I don't know who to pick. Who's playing?
It's the horses. They're running around.
It's horses?
It's a horse race.
Oh.
With Oompa Loompas on their back.
Probably shouldn't try to handicap that one since I don't know too much about it.
Oh, goodness me. Yeah, there you go, kids. He's the best in the business. That's this weekend, right? The Derby?
I think so. Saturday?
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Derby?
No, which is kind of crazy considering how close it is.
Yeah. How far is Churchill? Can't be that far.
It's where is it? Louisville?
3 hours? That's not bad.
Yeah.
No. Go there. We could all dress up. We could wear those funky, cool hats.
Watch all the celebrities showing up.
That's right. Let's see here. Let's see the odds this weekend. Renegade 5-1. Right? Albus 51-1. Oh, look at that. Interpedo 59-1. Lipness test 41-1. That horse is trained by Bob Baffert. Right to Party 32-1.
That's what they're going to score?
Yeah, that's basically it. Dannon Bourbon 13-1. So Happy 7-1. The Puma 6-1. Wonder Dean 20-1. Incredibolt. Ooh, I like that. That's a cool name.
These guys got some stupid nicknames.
38-1. Chief Wallaby is 14-1, and Silent Tactic has been scratched.
What's that mean?
It means he's not racing. Ponte 27-1. Emerging Market 13-1. Pavlovian 53-1. Six Speed 43-1. Further Ado 5-1. Golden Tempo 48-1. Fulford 20-1. And Great White. Great White's going off at 86-1, followed by AE22 O'Kelly at 99-1.
Do they have like playoffs for the thing?
No.
Oh.
No.
How do you get on the team?
It's a horse.
Oh.
And the horse races, and the horse qualifies, and then you run the horse, and then everybody cheers you on. And if your horse wins, and if it's a boy, which is the goal, then that horse is going to have a very nice life making you money. So, Ken, just to give you a quick snapshot, you are kicking our butts with Ride, Captain Ride. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jason says the winning horse has to shoot a winning goal.
Okay, I figured it was something like that.
Yeah. So, ride, Captain, ride. So there you go. There you go. That's Bell and his sports. I love that. Kentucky Derby says we should go. Win our money, guys, for our tuna boat. That's how it starts. We've got to dress up, wear cool suits.
No.
We have to wear a cool suit.
No.
That's part of the fun.
I'm not
We're
wearing
going to wear those old, like, suits that are...
First off, I'm not wearing a suit.
where we
and
look
I
like
know
we're,
you won't.
we're a Southern lawyer.
You won't wear a suit either.
Where we're always sweating all the time, no matter how cold it is. I'll tell you guys right now, this is one of those things where I can't believe that has happened here.
All right there, Foghorn.
Which I've been told by this company is helping me lose weight and prolonging my life. That's totally it.
Your mother sure does care about your education.
Oh, all right, guys. Coming up, hour number 2. We've got some fun stuff coming up because that's what we do. More White Woman Wednesday. And we'll talk about Comey in Iran and all that stuff. Chip Benson, Super Talk 99. I've got the funniest. This is the, like, if you want to piss off the boomers, this. me see if I got the boomer guy in here. Oh, here he is.
Forrest Gump is the perfect analogy for the life of boomers. It's a movie about a retard who just stumbles through life successfully. The boomer generation was born into a post-war America where jobs were just as easy as going down to a local factory and applying. Or most likely your dad knew a guy. I mean, picture it. You're 20 years old, it's 1965. You have no college education, and you get a manual labor job where the starting salary can afford a home. And the woman that you marry was your classmate growing up and a member of your church. And you're capable of supporting an entire family off this job with full benefits and can retire at 62 years old, collect Social Security, and live off your pension. And not only that, but now your house is worth $1 million. And just like Forrest Gump, this is an accidental success through luck and timing rather than exceptional talent or hard planning. And the movie mythologized the second half of the 20th century into this feel-good nostalgia, which for most boomers it really was. The problem is that today they're the largest voting bloc in America and hold about 40% of our nation's total wealth, and 35% of all federal spending directly serves boomers. And they're an out-of-touch generation of infants raised on television that dictates the reality, who destroyed the inheritance of your nation.
It's pretty good.
Well, they do.
I just like the part where the guy goes.
Shiny. I could tell it's That's fine, thank you.
Yeah, the plane landed safely and taxied to the gate, and now authorities trying to figure out where that drone came from. And that's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
What is up, party people?
AC/DC, did they have any hits?
I think they...
Like, I wondered, did they have actually, well, maybe.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good question. How many actual top 40
Like
hits
charting
did they have?
hits did AC/DC have?
You know, I mean, I'm thinking they had a few, but not many, right? I mean...
And it would have been on the rock charts.
Well, yeah, that's true.
But still the top, well... Okay, here we go. You know what? Their biggest hit, as far as only had one hit ever make it to the charts in the top 40. Money Talks. You Shook Me 35. Let's see here.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so Back in Black 37, Let's Get It Up 44, Highway to Hell 47.
Well, I'll be.
You know who also never had a hit? Bob Marley.
Never had a charting hit.
Never had a chart. In fact, and his one hit that even climbed to like 98 was not No Woman, No Cry or anything like that. It was not One Love. It was some other crazy that he had no hits.
That dude could draw a crowd though.
He could, man. That's all that matters. Probably
sold records.
Oh man, I saw it. And his son too. Don't forget about him.
Ziggy.
You know what Ziggy's most famous for in today's world? The TV show Arthur, the cartoon. Ziggy does the theme song.
Oh, does he?
He's probably He says more people recognize me from that than anything else. And a lot of young people recognize me. They have no idea who my dad is.
He was just on Bill Maher's podcast.
Oh man, but that was nice.
Yeah, it's very hard to understand.
I've been sitting there all day talking about all the things going on there, you know what I'm saying?
He leans into his accent pretty hard.
He does. And like, aren't you from Miami? Oh, wait, that's your brother. Because his brother played for the U, football.
Well, I'll be.
His brother played for, like, it's always funny. He's like, Bob Marley. This is Bob Marley's kid. He's 7. I'm like, how does this work? How much am I smoking? Oh, goodness me. By the way, that clip you played of Hegseth.
Yeah.
Talking about, we've only been this 2 months, man. I'm like.
It's only 8 weeks into a 6-week war. Shut up.
I'm not quite, like, I'm not good at math, okay? I'm like okay at math. But last time I checked, I was promised that this, let's go over this again. How many weeks? It was going to be 4 to
6 weeks.
Let's go over this again.
The biggest challenge,
okay,
the biggest adversary we face at this point,
okay,
are the reckless, feckless, and defeatist words.
Those people
of congressional Democrats.
Okay.
And some Republicans.
Wieners.
2 months in.
Mm-hmm.
I remind you.
Yes.
2 months in to a conflict.
Okay. So, let me see. That's 2 weeks longer than you were supposed to be here.
And when are they supposed to vote to allow him to continue? What's the law? How many weeks?
60 days. So it's this week.
Yeah, it's Friday.
Is it Friday?
And they don't even have a vote scheduled.
Oh God, no! Are you kidding me?
Not.
There's talk about feckless. Did you see yesterday when King Charles was like, you talk about the Magna Carta and how there was we have to have checks and balances, and the Republicans stood up and clapped. They're like, we would never have checks and balances, but that sounds neat. What's that Magna Carta thing?
Sure, it's not called MAGA Carta.
Oh, boom! Look at Bell all day long with the funniness. 6 weeks. That's what I was told. 6 weeks, and I like how too. It's like the guy's like, so just want to go over this again. You destroyed everything in Midnight Hammer. Yes.
Set it back years.
Decades. But we had to go in because they were close to getting into. Well, they weren't close. Like, they weren't, like, right there.
They hadn't given up yet.
But they hadn't stopped. What? And the $25 billion, is anybody buying? Why are you asking for $250 billion emergency fund if you've only spent $25 billion in 8 weeks? Because if I was going to break it down on what you're saying, this feels like years and not weeks, is what you're asking. Because he told everybody today, prepare for 6 months of the straits being closed.
I think he just misspoke, and it should have been 6 weeks. But it's already 8
6
weeks.
months. Like, gas, as you said earlier, is at $3.98 right now. That's going to be over $4 tomorrow. So that's not a good place for him to be, because you got to remember, he still has to win an election. The Iranians, and guys, if you want to find out like stories that are real and not like crazy hyperbole from both sides, screaming stuff, Drop Site News has the best stuff. And the Iranians are counting on three things. Military. They believe we have spent a lot of our stuff and that a lot of stuff that we have destroyed is mostly decoys. Market, that they feel that they can keep this going long enough that's going to affect the economy, not just here, but globally. So the market's going to be depressed. And then midterms, that Trump will, be served at the midterms. Although today SCOTUS came out and said, no, you guys are good with Louisiana. You guys can't draw those lines, but they all draw lines. Gerrymandering's awful. Do you know there's so many easier ways to do this? But the problem with our politics is they want to pick their voters. They do. They want it's like if Bell could come and go, all right, I'm going to delete everybody who voted for Ken and Chad, but we'll leave one or two because we want to make it seem like, and then we'll leave all the Bells for his one-hit wonder.
I'm not supposed to do that?
No, you're not. So, Sally said, guys, I'm telling you, misunderstood. Trump said 46 weeks.
Oh, okay. Is that supposed to align up with his?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, you guys, you said you were going to start any foreign wars. Yeah, wars, plural.
That means we get one.
Got you guys. Oh, my goodness me. Comey, for those of you guys don't know, did he turn himself in already?
I don't know.
Because of the she sells seashells by the seashore. Is that how it went?
Let's see here.
Something like
that. Is that it? I think he did turn himself in for his.
He's got to do it in North Carolina, right?
Probably. I would assume so. Does he live in North Carolina?
I'm not sure.
He's expected to surrender, and because he's been indicted on threatening Donald Trump, the president, with his 86-47.
You, sir, have released a meme.
Yeah, there
we
you
must
go.
indict you.
Let's hear what he had to say about it.
Well, they're back. This time about a picture of seashells on a North Carolina beach a year ago. And this won't be the end of it. But nothing has changed with me. I'm still innocent. I'm still not afraid. And I still believe in the independent federal judiciary. So let's go.
Ooh.
But it's really important that all of us remember this is not who we are as a country. This is not how the Department of Justice is supposed to be. And the good news is we get closer every day to restoring those values. Keep the faith.
God, he's a clown.
Nashville strong.
Nashville strong.
He's supposed to turn himself in today, boys.
That's it. So does he have to go to North Carolina, or can he just surrender himself anywhere in federal court?
Oh, I bet he could, but he would probably want to do it close to home.
Yeah.
So once he bonds out, he can drive back to the house.
Yeah. So he went to the University of Chicago Law School. His daughter, Maureen, she's the one that was part of the Justice Department up in New York.
Yeah.
She's suing, and the judge said yesterday they're going to allow her lawsuit to go through. But he's 6'8".
Comey?
Mm-hmm.
You don't look it on TV.
No, he doesn't.
So CBS News apparently says he has already. Comey appears in court after his indictment for allegedly threatening Trump. Made his first court appearance this morning. Did not enter a plea.
His lawyer's going to pull this apart.
Do you think his plea would have been, are we really doing this?
I was just playing on the beach.
And the water made an 86 something or 47, whatever. I didn't even know it was 47. I didn't have
his lawyer's going to pull this apart. I mean, it was basically a meme.
Yes. We don't even know. You know what Ken said? We have no idea if he even did it.
Yeah, I mean, and is this on the beach in North Carolina?
Yeah. That's right.
The Justice Department, according to, let's see, apparently the Justice Department has to prove that he intended to threaten the president's life or that he intended to transmit a message with that threat.
Tell me
how do you do that?
You do that. Tell me how you do that at all with a meme. Which, by the way, 86th? He's 86th. I've heard that. That doesn't, yes, could it mean that? Mm-hmm. But you are really reaching, right? You've been to a bar, you've heard somebody go, dude, 86, that guy. That doesn't mean take him outside and shoot him, Bowser.
I think you're right, man. I think this is just Trump wants to put him through the ringer.
Yeah.
Make him spend his money.
Yeah. Well, and Trump. Well, he does, right?
Well, in fairness, they've done the same thing to him.
Yeah. And if only, guys, if only he could make some money as the president of the United States. He gives up his salary along with making $4 billion or whatever he and his family have made.
Is he still giving up his salary?
Yeah.
Okay. I knew he was doing that the first term, but I hadn't heard anything about it for this one.
Yeah, he's giving up his salary. So, sacrifice.
Is he still doing that thing where he donates it to a department?
I don't know if he's doing that or a charity. I would do it to a charity, right?
Because last term he was donating it to to one of the departments.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I thought he was giving it to charity.
He should give it to charity. Well, he probably did. She was a hot dancer.
So basically what we're watching rich people fight each other in court, sometimes spending taxpayer money.
Yeah, a lot of times. Well, like yesterday, they're talking about the ballroom, right? I've been told, who's building the ballroom? Who's paying for it?
His donors.
Ken, who's building the ballroom?
I don't know.
Well, who was supposed to?
Oh, I don't know.
The donors. I've heard that 1,000. The donors are paying for it all, guys.
Oh, okay.
They're paying for it all.
Yeah.
Remember? They're paying. And then Lindsey Graham comes out and is like, hey, guys, it's me, Lindsey Graham. And I just want to tell you that I think we need the donors to step away. We need to pay for it ourselves. I think that's what Lindsey sounds like.
Only when he's giving a speech on the Senate floor.
That's it. Hey, guys. Oh, here we go. 9167 says 86 means take him out. Yes, he's guilty. Well, there you go. And that's,
solve that problem.
There you go. And that's why you're not in the jury pool.
Yeah, they'll weed that out real fast.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that's going to.
If we get to that point.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say this thing's even going to go to, this thing's not going to go to trial.
Yeah. Oh, God, no. They're going to, and once again, I feel bad for Todd Blanche. This guy's got to do the same thing. Bondi was awful at her job. I think Todd is a little bit sharper, but he's got to be. Letitia James fail. Comey already once failed. Several others have failed. And the Comey, Letitia, they never even got to the first hearing before they threw it out. This one, how do you prove this? That's what he meant. That this guy, Comey, let's take him out. Because you know what? Through all of his years of law enforcement and prosecuting bad guys, one thing he knows is meme it, tell everybody you're going to do it, then do it. Oh, you can also 86 lettuce and tomato. I have no idea you can do that. Brian said I sounded too straight to be Lindsay. Oh. Well, Brian, heavens to Murgatroyd. That's not good. It's me, Lindsey Graham. Somebody's going to have to pay for that thing. You know what'd be good in that thing? A steam shower and some page boys.
Did Barney Frank sound like that?
No, Barney sounded more like this. So 86-47.
Wasn't he dating a page boy or something?
Yeah, they all have done
Isn't
something.
that what he got in trouble for?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Barney Frank. Bernard. Remember that? Bernard Frank. Oh, lordy. So just want to go over this again, Mr. President. Double check the math on how long we're going to be in Iran. 4 to 6 weeks or 46 weeks? Double check. Sally might have done it right. 4 to 6 weeks.
Sally cracks me up.
46 weeks is just shy of a year.
Just shy of a year. But don't worry, because remember, guys, he's not starting any new wars. Just a war. Just one.
It's just one.
Just one. 86 means.
How are they blockading the strait? Are they using boats?
Yeah.
Well, they're blockading Iran's ports.
No. I'm talking about Iran is keeping the strait closed.
Yeah, those little speedboats.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we took all the Navy
The
out.
Navy is. These are the guys who have the tuna boats that are still left.
Oh.
Yeah, they got little speedboats and AK-47s.
Yeah. And here's the thing, too. This place is weird because there's an understanding that it's a international waterway. The reality of they never signed on to anything, and within like 12 miles of their shoreline, it is their waterway. So that's why most ships try to pass on the cutter side, just in case, because long before this, they would board the boat or do this, that, and the other. But oil, the question is, how long can we stand? By the way, somebody just hit us up and said, at Love's, In Colombia, it is $4.19 a gallon.
Wow.
So
in Columbia.
Yep.
Wow. I would have thought Williamson County would be the first to go over $4.
There you go, kids. There
My store was back up to $3.99 today.
Uh-oh. And tomorrow it's going to go. That's the noise I make. All right, coming up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, it's Wednesday. You know what that means. White Women Wednesday. Straight ahead, Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7. Omaha steaks, or should I say Omaha burgers, baby. Delicious burgers. Incredible. So last night, I go down to my studio, walk down there, and doing some stuff. My wife comes in. I'm like, what's that smell? Omaha burgers. She made me up a burger, and it was incredible. Now, they've got the big burger package. Perfection. Delicious. Incredible. Amazing. Are you ready for this? Pure ground filet mignon burgers, New York strip burgers, ribeye burgers, brisket burgers, sirloin burgers, and 8, count them, 8 free Omaha Steak smash burgers. Incredible for you. Under $100, you can save $35 off when you use my code Benson, baby. This stuff, it's, I was telling Belle yesterday, when you cook a burger and it shrinks, this is not that. You cook a burger, and you're like, whoa, this thing didn't shrink. Because sometimes you want to make 2 burgers because they're going to shrink. You don't have to worry about that with this. The best taste and guaranteed, 100% unconditional, bite for bite, money back guarantee. Go to omahasteaks.com, use my code Benson, save $35 when you check out by using that code Benson. omahasteaks.com, code Benson. See site for detailed terms may apply.
National Weather Service surveying Middle Tennessee to see if any tornadoes caused the damage over the past 48 hours. Had a road rage incident last week. Got a person in jail for that. And former FBI Director James Comey makes his initial court appearance on his latest indictment coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Telling you, Ken, he's playing a shell game. Oh,
He
Lord.
walks in flip-flops and shorts.
Comes in, he's like, if you like pina coladas.
But you were going to say if you like peanut butter.
Oh, love peanut butter. Haven't had peanut butter in a while, guys.
That's the way to go, Brother Chad.
I'm jonesing.
I don't believe that.
No, I don't. Because you know why? We haven't gone to Costco. And Steph won't buy it anywhere but Costco.
I can actually see you breaking into other people's apartments looking for peanut butter when you're supposed to be working.
No. That would be silliest.
That's what your addiction has led to.
Silly, silly, silly. That'd be absolutely silly. I would never do anything like that. You know what I would do, though? I'd like to listen to the ladies.
It's White Woman Wednesday. She's saving the world in a thread pic. Typing lists every sentence, then hit send and calls it present.
I love white women that say crazy things. You know what else? Like, the Jess girl who's going to speak here in a second, she always does her thing where she does like one of the get ready with me, why I tell you why you are oppressed, while I tell you why you're oppressed, also being an influencer making a ton of money. And but she wants to talk about political violence because there's, political violence.
Is there really no room for political violence in America? I mean, ideally, sure. But the way we react to political violence in this country feels hollow when we live in a system built on it. If there's really no room for political violence in America, what do we call it when our tax dollars go to fund bombs that kill children abroad? Is there really no room for political violence in America when this country was built on slavery? What do we call generations of violence aimed at our Black communities at the hands of our government? What do we call it when politicians take money from groups paid for by school children's lives? What type of violence is women bleeding out in parking lots because they're denied reproductive care? ICE agents murdering civilians with no accountability. The state disappearing our neighbors into detention centers. Saying there's no room for political violence in America is the new thoughts and prayers. You say thoughts and prayers when it's school children. You say no political violence in America when it's not. It's something we say to avoid confronting the violence that we've already normalized. I would love to live in a world with no room for political violence, but we can't have an honest conversation about this until we stop pretending that political violence only comes from the hands of individuals and not when it's carried out, justified, and funded by the state.
Oh, she probably had a cow when she saw yesterday's Supreme Court ruling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you mean the one with the voter?
No, with
the guns?
The guns. 9-0. They stripped a lot of gun laws in this country.
Yeah, she probably had another one today when she saw the 6-3 they handed out for the Louisiana case that says that they can. Yeah, I mean that one that's. If you guys did know, we'll touch on a little bit. They got rid of. It basically said you can't go and fix the districts in a way that benefits one race or another race. Of course, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We have a 6-3, so we'll do whatever we want. It is frustrating because there's an easier way to draw up the quadrants, make districts a little bit fair, make a thing a little bit more wide open. But remember, these people only want to pick their voters. They don't want the voters to pick them because that means they would have to do something. Meanwhile, okay, guys, you're going to have to follow along with this one because this is something that Kylie's not brought up before.
For some reason, a lot of people don't want to recognize that anti-Indian racism is still racism. Racism against Asian people is equally bad, even though they have a stereotypically higher financial status than other minority groups. It is still a bad thing. I have gotten dozens and dozens of comments about how a lot of Asian communities are being targeted and have been targeted throughout centuries, from Japanese internment camps in California all the way up until the 2020 attacks on Asian people with the COVID pandemic. Asian people are not immune to violence or vicious attacks related to their race. Specifically, Indian people. There is not a day that goes by when an Indian person is brought up in white social circles when something negative is not said about them. Most of the time, as soon as that person's name is even mentioned and it comes out that they're an Indian person, people will immediately respond with some sort of racial stereotype about how Indian people smell, the way they act, or things being crowded and crazy. And it's really fucking disgusting. And racism is equally bad whether we're talking about Black people, whether we're talking about brown people, or more specifically, whether we're talking about Asian communities, South Asian, East Asian, it doesn't matter. Regardless of who you are, please watch the things that you're saying and stop being racist. It's really not that hard to be a considerate person.
There you go. By the way, just to let you know, you ever watch Bad Friends with Santino and Bobby Lee?
No.
Okay, so it's hilarious. Bobby Lee's talking about, the Asians really never had, Korea in particular, never had slavery. They looked it up right there. The longest continuous slavery in the history of mankind, 1,500 straight years. Asians, they're not always fans of other Asians. I'll let you know.
No, they're.
I've got several buddies who will tell you how much they dislike certain groups of people.
What
who
the
are Asians.
Japanese did to the Chinese during
Nanking. The raping of Nanking, if you guys have never read that book.
Well, the experiments they did on them, too.
But
it was
the book itself, when you this guy comes over, it just goes to Nanking. The Japanese are there. They're bayoneting babies, practicing on that. They're experimenting on them, raping all of the women, doing whatever they want. And this guy gets there and he says, I can't believe this has happened, this Japanese officer. I would never be like this. And then within like 6 months, he's just as bad as everybody else. What they did and how they did stuff. So you're always looking for something. You've run out of people, so you've gone, next is Native Americans. She's run out of everybody else.
Well, she also doesn't seem to remember that the internment camps were the product of their progressive 20th century hero.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was FDR that threw those people in internment camps. And also anti-Indian racism is also racism. Yeah, we know. It's in the name anti-Indian racism.
Yeah. So
you moron.
Oh, God. Do that. Yes. Make a sandwich and get over here. My feet hurt.
What he said.
Oh, Lordy. We're having a good time, kids. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit about Kimmel still. We got to that SCOTUS stuff, bunch of other good stuff on the way. You missing the show? Shame! Grab the podcast. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Got a crash, Sylvan Park, 40 eastbound near White Bridge, Pike, Briley Parkway, and in Madison a crash, 65 northbound after Old Hickory Boulevard. And it looks like the National Weather Service has confirmed there was at least one tornado that touched down in Davidson and Robertson counties early yesterday morning. It looks like that was going to be an EF1 tornado. Meanwhile, they're surveying the damage over in North Texas from what went down last night.
Some in Mineral Wells, west of Fort Worth, have no doubt they witnessed a tornado.
It got real windy. We started seeing debris, which I guess from the neighbor's house.
He and his wife stepped from the patio into their kitchen.
We had time to shut the door, and then it hit.
Damage to homes and businesses was extreme, but first responders report only 2 injuries, neither life-threatening. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Former FBI Director James Comey making his initial court appearance in Virginia. Comey indicted by a grand jury in North Carolina for an Instagram post he made last year that appeared to show seashells spelling out 8647. Prosecutors with the Justice Department argued that 86 is a term widely used to get rid of someone. 47, prosecutors say, refers to President Trump. Legal experts say the argument that Comey was threatening the president is a flimsy one. Meanwhile, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth trying to sell Congress on the Pentagon's request for fiscal year 2027.
The $1.5 trillion FY27 budget put forward by the president will build upon the historic $1 trillion FY26 top line and continue to reverse the 4 years of underinvestment and mismanagement of the Biden administration.
Now, critics on the committee and in Congress questioning the Trump administration's reasoning behind starting the war with Iran. They're concerned about how long it could last and what lasting impacts the U.S. economy may have to endure. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
All right, kids. The Wellness Institute in Nashville. Go to painisbad.com. Check out what they've got going on. Or call 615-246-5009 to take part in the epic special. $33 off each visit. We're talking about epic healing for an epic civilization. No surgery. All right, great. No injections, no painkillers. Dr. Mitchell has got the best around when it comes to being able to get you up, moving, and feeling better about your back, right? Sciatic, you got that? They got you covered. If you got issues with your, maybe you got a slip disc, bulging disc, they got you covered. Now, wait till you see what Medical Bay 1 is. It's brand new, guys. See, we talk about the Hydrowave machine. Incredible. This, though, futuristic healing machine, massages your body. Ooh, right? While they're doing that, they've got full body lasers using red light. So this stuff is incredible. It's called near infrared, right? And this is going to help stimulate your tissues, get all that stuff moving, regeneration, photons, wavelengths. It's got it all going on. That's what I love about Dr. Mitchell. Now, the wellness is doing it again. Now is your chance to get in there, feel better, take advantage of what this is right here, this epic opportunity. $33 off each visit right now. Go to painisbad.com, painisbad.com, or call 615-246-5009, 246-5009 for the Wellness Institute in Nashville. Da-na-na-na-na. 8014 sent this. Never treat a woman like an object. It hates that. You get that? Never treat a woman like an object.
It hates?
It hates
okay.
that.
Very good. Very well done.
It was, look, sometimes the audience, you got to get that. Got to get that. Got to get that. Jimmy Kimmel last night, doubling down. So are they firing him yet? Is that
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he agreed to the lowest amount of money they were going to offer.
Yeah, which is a whole bunch of money.
Yes.
A whole bunch of money. But last night, he poked fun at Trump for poking fun over the fact that Trump himself says that he's not going to live much longer.
My wonderful mother, Mary McLeod, she came to America at 19, met my incredible father. We loved him so much. We all loved him. We loved her. We loved him, Fred, and they were married for 63 years. And excuse me if you don't mind. That's a record we won't be able to match, darling. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work out that way.
Wait a minute.
Did he just make a joke about his death? He should be fired for that. Only Donald Trump would demand I be fired for making a joke about his old age and then a day later go out and make a joke about his own old age.
Well, I think it's ridiculous. The fact that ABC has to, their license are up in 28. They're telling them they have to apply for their licenses now again and go through it. Do you think there was a phone call? And again, you could call it poor taste, what he said the other night. This was prior to, he didn't know it was going to happen. There wasn't a signal, right? He didn't give a wink and a nod to somebody, just like Jim Comey didn't give a wink and a nod to somebody with 8647. None of that stuff. So don't we have other things that are more important in this country? Have we fixed healthcare yet? Has that been sorted out? Anybody?
Yeah, that was solved under Obama.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Republicans were all over that. So fantastic. You guys done a great job, right? Fantastic job. Have we sorted out the inflation thing?
No change.
No change. Okay, how about gas, oil? Day one, I'm bringing it down. Day one. It's going to get there. No, hasn't happened. Okay, have we fixed all the ills and the problems with spending? Anybody?
Well, that'll never be fixed. I mean, even the Republicans love spending now.
Yeah, but okay. But at least pretend, right? You know?
Okay.
You can at least buy us dinner before
Fair enough.
on the government. Have we fixed any of the things that... How about that Epstein list? Anybody? Yesterday, I was surprised. You see the print, King Charles brought up Epstein? What? Well, he said, we've got problems on both sides of, talking about Epstein and because Britain's got all the problems.
Was he referencing his brother?
I think representing sexual assaults across the board.
Oh,
but, without coming out and saying,
using the words.
But So we got a lot of problems. And you know what's not a problem? Who cares what Jimmy Kimmel says? You give when you do something like this, it's, as you always say, man, it's the Streisand effect.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Jimmy was still on. I thought he was on hiatus right now.
Dude, I haven't watched late night TV. I can't remember the last time I watched any late night TV. It's years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that any of those guys still have their jobs is only due to the fact that the television industry is so slow to accept certain types of change.
Yeah.
They
don't.
We've always done this. What do we replace it with?
What?
Cop shows.
Yeah.
Replace cop shows with cop shows.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Women's cooking channel.
They just got rid of QVC. Remember that? They filed for bankruptcy. So, but it is a joke. Enough. Focus on some stuff that needs to be focused on.
I will say, Kimmel's joke was a little more in bad taste, which, that's not illegal. And Trump's wasn't really a joke. He was trying to be reverential to his parents.
And poke over the fun that he's never going to be able to make it 86 years with her. Although she probably feels like it's 68 years or whatever it is.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Would Kimmel even bring this up had the Trumps not responded to the first, joke? Even though it was this day, it wouldn't even have come up.
You fed the fire.
And that is what has happened.
And you just let it go.
Well, and to Jimmy's credit, he's smart enough to know the buttons he can push to get that publicity.
Yeah.
He knows what to say so that he'll get that response and people will start talking about him again. And then once again, a guy that most people don't care about is, front page of the entertainment section.
Exactly. How much fuel has, who nobody talks about? What's his name? Jimmy Fallon.
Nobody ever talks about Jimmy Fallon.
Nobody ever does.
Because I think he stays away from politics
for the most part. He absolutely does. He doesn't, because he's kind of taken the Johnny line, which is, hey, guess what? Republicans and Democrats watch this. I'm going to sing and dance with my friends. We're going to have people come on here and do fun stuff. Maybe once in a while, like during the monologue, I may say something that is very. It's a shot at, right now it's Trump. Before he took some shots at Biden, but it's nothing that is going to get you going. Just let it go. That's it. Let it go.
Yeah, Kimmel doesn't deserve the publicity.
No, he doesn't. So, yeah, somebody said there's no such thing as bad press. It helps him. And the other thing, too, is when you do this, it strengthens at times the resolve of people like the wackadoos that are in Hollywood to go, you know what, Jimmy's, yeah, maybe we should get rid of him. We're looking at this stuff. I know we gave him a new contract, but, that could be for services rendered and was a good guy. Thanks a lot. But now that you're pushing on this, maybe we keep him a little bit longer because it's helping him. It is. It's helping him. So, what's Fallon guilty of? Somebody says, nope, Fallon's guilty. Making fun of, and by the way, how many of you, when they made fun of Biden, oh, that's right, none of you, because you want to know why? None of you watch late night shows. None of you do. It's not appointment television anymore. It's not let's tune into Johnny. Like you said, Ken, when's the last time you watched a late night show?
It's been a long time. And I used to watch Jimmy, but I would, because now, I mean, you can watch everything, like later the next day. And I did used to watch Jimmy Fallon, but it's been years.
Yeah.
Like because I worked mornings, I wasn't up late enough, but I'd watch it the following day. And I like Jimmy Fallon. I think he's funny. I loved him in Saturday Night Live.
I think he's funny, too.
But
he's a lot funnier than Kimmel, that's for sure.
Kimmel's not a stand-up comedian. He's not.
That's fair.
I mean, he's not. Kimmel was a radio guy. That's where Kimmel came from. Radio and trying to do some comedy and stuff and being in L.A. It is enough. I mean, at some point in time, you've got to just go, somebody said something bad about you. So what? Laugh. Move on. Laugh, move on. I mean, I'll tell you guys what. You guys, everybody's sitting here talking about that. Bill Maher has eviscerated Trump over the years way more than any of those guys. Yet they were able to find some common ground.
Yep.
And he was funny, too. Maher tends to be a little bit funnier.
He goes after everybody, man.
He does. He is guilty. Guilty of what? Not being funny is not a crime. It should be, but it's not.
Well, especially if you bought a ticket to it, then it really should be.
Remember, they're free. It's the beauty of that. They're free. So, I mean, I would be surprised if Kimmel is in his position through next year, because I just think unless they're sold out, there's no money in late night television. There just isn't. It's just cheaper to do what, Byron Allen is doing, which is buy those time slots and throw up funny comedians, you hope, and for $100,000 an episode and go out and try to sell that stuff than it is to, have a staff of 50.
Well, and you've got the millennials and the Zers and then the alphas after the Zers coming up. None of them even watch TV.
Yeah, I that's a good point because even now, I don't watch those shows. I might catch clips of them on YouTube.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I never watch them on television.
No. And even Saturday Night Live. I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I'll catch clips.
Right.
But I don't watch Saturday Night Live. I mean, but as a kid growing up, because I wanted to watch Letterman, right? But I always wanted to watch Johnny. But then I wanted to watch Letterman. And then Arsenio was kind of funny for a little while. And then you get older and maybe once in a while you can watch it kind of whenever you wanted to. And then you grow up and you're doing stuff and you're not paying much attention. And then all of a sudden you can watch anything whenever you want all the time because it's now media on demand. So I just tell you, it's Hallmark, man. That's all it is for me. Hallmark has a show. I'll be watching that.
I saw a promo for a Lifetime movie when I was getting ready this morning. The first person I thought of was you.
I don't know. Lifetime.
I know, but it's still mush. And I just figured if Chad saw this, he'd be in love with it.
My new show, besides that, is an actual television show, but I don't watch the TV show. I've waited till because my new thing is I want it to be a couple seasons. So if I kind of like it, I don't want it to be blown out like 8 episodes in. But I've been watching Sheriff. Have you seen that?
Mm-mm.
So that's like, so you know how they have Fire County? Have you seen that? where it's like the guy that was a criminal, and then he's now a firefighter. And it's kind of like everybody, because now this is what they do, right? Like you got Chicago Fire, Chicago MD, Chicago PD, Chicago Plumbers, Chicago, and they're all in this kind of thing. But it stars, oh God, what's her name?
NCIS Portland.
Yeah, NCS Portland. It stars Marina Baccarin. She is Deadpool's girlfriend, the hottie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It stars her. It's cool. I like it. But I'll only watch it on demand. I don't even know what night it's on. I couldn't even tell you what night it's on.
Disney Plus actually had the smart move of, before Disney Plus, the streaming services would dump all the shows at once.
Yeah.
And now Disney will give you 2 when it starts, another one the next week, another one the week after that, another one the week after that. And it has the effect of making you keep your subscription longer.
Yeah. And the thing is, though, it's what they're not saying is you have to watch it on Tuesday at 8 or it's going away forever.
Right.
So, which is, people won't do that. We don't consume media that way. All right, coming up, I don't know. I got a bunch of other stuff that we can play here. Some of it may be too spicy for you guys. We'll decide if it's too spicy for you guys in the break. Bell and I will talk about it. Chad Bench, Super Talk 997. Oh, kids, Sport Capital would love to talk to you about what's going on with your investments, your retirements. How are things going? Prices are going sideways in some areas. People worried, right? Can the Mag 7, the Magnificent 7, hold on long enough to keep the market up, or is there going to be some issues? You know what? Even if there's issues, there's ways to take advantage of it, and Bulwark would love to show you that. Give you a free Know Your Risk portfolio review today. This is where they go through your portfolio, talk about all the things that are going on in there, show you maybe you got too many fees coming out, things of that nature, and then talk about where you want to be, and they'll show you what they can do for you. It's free. Worst case scenarios, you'll learn a little something. Nothing wrong with getting a second opinion, second set of eyes on something. So to do this, sign up for your Know Your Risk portfolio review. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. That's knowyourriskpodcast.com for Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Invest involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee. Future results. Trek 2647.
All right, drivers, we've got problems out there in the way of crashes getting in the way. 40 eastbound near White Bridge Pike, Briley Parkway West, and in Madison 65 northbound after Old Hickory Boulevard. And it turns out at least one tornado touched down early yesterday morning in Middle Tennessee. We'll tell you about it coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Rock and roll, baby. Did you watch any of the State of the Metro?
Nope.
Ken? Yeah.
Have not yet.
So apparently he's going to be. We really want to get rid of grocery taxes. Seems to be very exciting.
I'm all for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I am too.
Yeah. So I
mean, you got to eat.
Yeah, you got to eat. But at some point in time, it's like, I get it. We all want to get rid of taxes. Now, are we all going to volunteer? Is that the way that's going to work?
I'll volunteer to stop paying.
I know you will. But the police, are we going to say, hey, guys, is there any way you guys can just do us a solid and work here for free?
Yeah.
You know?
I do think, though, that things that are required of you to survive, to live, like food, water, clothing, housing, I just find it offensive that those things are taxed.
Feminine products.
And then there's other things.
Pink tax.
But then you get into the situation of, okay, if we stop taxing those, where do we make up that revenue?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem with, when you want to cut taxes, you got to make up the revenue somewhere else.
Or stop spending as much, which no politician wants to do.
That's the realistic thing is you got to stop spending, regardless of what you do with the tax, you got to stop spending. Nobody wants to raise taxes. I get that. Totally understandable. But at some point in time, we have to look around and go, okay, well, how do we pay for things? And we can't just go, okay, well, you know what? We're going to get rid of grocery taxes, but we're going to put so much property tax on people that the businesses won't be there anymore. So congratulations. It's a win for everybody. No. It's common sense, folks, which is lacking in many cases. All right, coming up, hour number 3, some more White Woman Wednesday. Talk a little bit about SCOTUS and their ruling. Bunch of other stuff on the way. So, and Iran, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 46 weeks. How long are we going to be there? We will discuss that, among other things. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.
2 o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. And right now in Middle Tennessee, National Weather Service confirms an EF1 tornado with 95-mile-per-hour wind touched down in Davidson and Robertson counties early yesterday morning. Caused widespread tree damage and outbuildings were damaged. Officials say the storm was on the ground for about 2 minutes. Fortunately, no injuries reported. Meanwhile, near Dallas, Texas yesterday,
some in Mineral Wells, west of Fort Worth, have no doubt they witnessed a tornado.
It got real windy. We started seeing debris, which I guess from the neighbor's house.
He and his wife stepped from the patio into their kitchen.
We had time to shut the door, and then it hit.
Damage to homes and businesses was extreme, but first responders report only 2 injuries, neither life-threatening. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas, Fort Worth.
And the Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged as the Iran war has raised concerns about inflation. The Fed voted to hold the benchmark rate in a range between 3.5% to 3.75%. Elizabeth Schultze.
What we're seeing is a big debate now within the Fed over what exactly their next move is. There had been this widespread expectation that all throughout this year we would see a series of rate cuts, meaning those borrowing costs. So think about your credit card, mortgage rates, car loans, that those costs would go lower because inflation was pretty much under control going into this year. Well, the Iran war has completely upended that expectation.
And here in Nashville, Mayor Freddie O'Connell's State of the Metro address focused heavily on affordability. He unveiled a proposal he says will lower the grocery tax by 0.5 cent. He says the city will absorb the revenue impact without tax increases. He also promised investments in deregulation to allow more child cares to bring down costs for working families. And in our nation's capital, the Pentagon trying to sell a $1.5 trillion request for fiscal year 2027. Critics are questioning the reason for the Iran war. And here, Jay Hurst, the comptroller for the Pentagon, has asked how much the war has cost taxpayers so far.
So approximately at this day, we're spending about $25 billion on Operation Epic Fury. Most of that is munitions. There's part of that is obviously O&M and equipment replacement.
U.S. and Iran no closer to resolving their differences that could end the war. Former FBI Director James Comey has made his initial court appearance in Virginia. Comey indicted by a grand jury in North Carolina for an Instagram post he made last year appearing to show seashells on a beach, spelling out 8647. Prosecutors with the Justice Department argue that 86 is a term widely used to get rid of someone. 47, prosecutors say, refers to President Trump. Still, legal experts say the argument that Comey was threatening the president is a flimsy one. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope all is well with you. This portion of the program brought to you by National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. 645. You know, we're talking about the grocery tax. And, you know, a lot of you said it all sounds good, but they're going to go get the money somewhere else, and they're going to just tack it on to property tax, and they're going to tax it on to – because we're never shrinking – government. People say, somebody said, well, there's going to be a revolution. It's not going to be we're not revolution. We've done that.
Be a collapse.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be. The revolution's not going to come because people are fed up. The revolution's going to come because the collapse. How much more money can we print? How much more can we go in debt? We talked about it yesterday. We're $138 trillion in debt when you look at unfunded liabilities. And today you've got Pete Hegseth asking for $250 billion for a war of choice. It's a war of choice. We're not there. Well, they were not close to getting a nuclear weapon. At best, it would take them 18 to 24 months if they started with everything being good. But I was told last summer we eliminated all of that with Operation Midnight Hammer.
Ball peen hammer.
Ball peen hammer, that is correct. But government just doesn't shrink. And Republicans are failures in this. For years, you guys have talked about fiscal responsibility, cutting down, smaller government. This is what it's going to be like, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. I expect the Democrats to go spend the hell out of everybody else's money. You wanted to do it too. You just want to do it with your friends.
Yeah, the Democrats were always tax and spend.
Yeah.
They want the rich people's money because they're evil for being rich. The GOP has always been, well, borrow and spend it.
Mm-hmm.
But they have
now
never,
they're both print and spend.
The GOP, the party that called themselves the fiscally responsible party, has never cut a single red cent from the national debt.
No.
They have lied to us time after time. The Democrats weren't lying. They were proud to talk about spending your money and taking, what you have and spending it on somebody else. It was the Republicans going, well, we're going to get this under control. Well, great job at failing.
Yeah, and they failed gloriously, right? And you bought like Trump. Love Trump, hate Trump, whatever. Don't feel anything about him. How much has he put on the debt? And continues. But we got the one big beautiful bill. What is the one? If you're honest with yourself, I want you guys to be honest with yourself. What does that do for you? Tell me. Well, it cuts my taxes a smidge. You know what it does? It gives the uppers. I don't need a tax break. Okay, you guys want to be Richard about it? I don't need a tax break because there's loopholes. They're not. They're just laws. Laws that, by the way, the right and the left totally are fine with. It's there. It's available. The games, people have no idea how the shell games work. They do not get it. And yet those things will stay intact. And you getting, hey, no tax on tips, there's a solid for you. And what do? We're adding on to the debt. Did we go into war? We're adding on to the debt more. He wants $1.5 trillion so we can add more onto the debt. And then, of course, we've cut all the stuff when it comes to health care. So rural, you guys are getting ready to see a bunch of hospitals closed. And the sad thing is, many of them are part of bigger groups where they're going to take a buttload of cash and move it over to their bigger hospitals and close smaller ones. The left goes and spends on all kinds of crap, hands money out to nonprofits left, right, and center that don't do squadoosh. Nothing.
Is that a word?
It is. It was going to be something else, but we're not a podcast. And I don't want to get poor Ryan fired.
Trump has added more to the national debt than any other president has.
Yeah.
And in fairness,
COVID was a big issue.
COVID caused that to happen, but you don't recover from that kind of overspending, overprinting by overspending and overprinting.
Yeah. And, he's big like, I love, the stock market, right? Because the gas and stock market, big things for him. Okay, let's take away the quantum easing. Let's take away the printing of money and throwing it out there, buying bonds, try to hold it up. Jamie Dimon came out yesterday, said we're going to have a bond problem. And by the way, if we have a bond problem like he's talking about, 2008 again. Ugly. And let's not even talk about what's going on. We're in the midst of an excursion that's a war, that's not a war, that on Friday, I think that's when Ken said on Friday is when his 60 days runs out of military authorization for his excursion, in theory, would end. I don't want to spend money elsewhere. We got problems here. No, God, no. Right? The state should be handling their business. They shouldn't be overtaxing their people. You want growth? I mean, and think about this. If you're a business too, how pissed are you that Starbucks is coming here and they got so many tax breaks to move themselves out here. So many of that stuff. And you're Acme, and you're having to look at your $600,000 tax bill. It's nuts. It is crazy. We've got to do better. We've got to do better. We've got to spend fiscally. We need to be responsible. I am shocked, right? Like, if you want to see how you could run a place poorly, everybody just needs to look at Detroit. Detroit got to a place where they had 2 or 3 million people. Democrats took over, ran everything into the ground. It got to the point where a few years ago, the new mayor had to go in and sell artwork to cover bills. Sell, like, imagine going in and saying, oh, cool. Oh, we got a Monet. We're going to have to sell that so we can cover some bills.
There are 196 countries recognized by the U.S. as states, as duly authorized governments. We give money to 179 of them.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. You're working at your job so that the government can take it and ship it overseas. And to be honest, most of that money is bribe money to get that country to do something we want.
Yeah. Soft power, right? But soft power is just, bribe money. It's the same China's Belt and Road Initiative. Here's $50 billion. Build something. I don't care what you do. Destroy your people, right? Blow them up. Do whatever you want to do. But, it's a mafia thing. We're trying to do nice things. It's that soft power. How much money give? And by the way, those NGOs take it, and sometimes it's CIA people, let's be honest. But most of the times it's NGOs, and they take it, they think they're doing good. Here is where we need to focus, period. It's where we need to focus. And we're not. We're going to spend willy-nilly. We're going to go out. We're going to, we're $400 million for a ballroom. Are you kidding me? That's an ego thing. That is. We're going to build a new arch. Why?
I'll be honest. I was fine with the ballroom when I was being told that it wasn't coming out of tax dollars. And if it stays like that, then great. Build your ballroom, enjoy it while you're still in office. But if one tax dollar spent on that thing, I got an issue with it.
We all should. You've got Lindsey Graham out there going, oh, my God, we need to do a ballroom. It's going to be great. Doing his little thing, right? Just sashaying around like, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Lindsey Graham. Hi, everybody. I'm going to go do this. Who wants a ballroom? You know what? We're in charge of ballroom stuff. Blah, blah, blah. God, no. I was told that wasn't going to happen. I was told no more new wars. I was told we were going to get a handle on things, and that hasn't. I was told Doge is going to come in and do all this stuff. And then what happened? Well, by the way, are you guys enjoying your tariff? Did you guys get your tariff checks? How about your Doge checks? Did you guys get any of those? Did we get any of that? Did you get a tariff check?
No.
A Doge check?
Didn't want either.
Yeah.
Because that really ends up becoming money that just is actually printed.
Yeah. That's a bribe.
Yeah.
They're trying to bribe their way into you voting for them.
Not a single thing Doge recommended being cut was codified into a law.
And that brings you to the Republicans across the board. Mike Johnson, what have you done? Nothing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Barely. You got the one big beautiful bill passed, barely, that only increases the debt and doesn't really do anything outside of making all their buddies even wealthier. And you didn't get anything done. Healthcare? Oh, yeah. Remember that? We're going to get that done. Going to get that healthcare done. Going to get done, guys.
I haven't heard anything on that in a long time.
That started in, 2012 with Obama? They were going to fix it?
Remember how many times they said that they were going to uproot Obamacare, root and branch? Mm-hmm. And the one thing they did that I agreed with, that they actually were successful at, because the Supreme Court made a ruling that called it a tax, and they were able to reconcile it in a tax bill, is they got rid of the penalty for not buying
that's
insurance.
But outside of that, I mean, look, I want the health side of stuff out of government. That's never going to happen. Government is never going to sunset something that they do so much with. And like Ken said, man, we haven't heard a word about that in a very long time.
The Patriot Act was supposed to sunset, and here we are 25 years later.
And they're still fighting over the FISA. Can they get, we don't need a warrant. We should be able to listen to everybody. That should be good times. Shouldn't we be able to listen to you? And I know a lot of, look,
You're
the
not
younger
doing
generation.
anything wrong. You have nothing to worry about.
The younger generation doesn't care because you guys have all opted into everything since the time you were 2, right? You've opted in. A generation that's a little bit older, like us, Gen Xers, who, by the way, who gets screwed the most out of all this? We do. The smallest generation, the coolest generation.
We're not going to have Social Security.
Hell no. We're the first generation, Gen X, where they're going to look at us and go, they're going to hand you a check and it's going to be change.
It'll be a coin purse.
I could not have mismanaged that money any worse if it hadn't been stolen out of my paycheck.
Yeah.
I could have taken that and put it into, some form of investment and got more back than the government will ever give me. And for most people, you are going to be taxed way beyond what you receive.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. How do we fix it? Simple. Here's the fix. If you guys want to know what the real fix is, we stop spending. We go and get as much waste, fraud, and abuse as we possibly can, hold those people's feet to the fire, and we're going to have to raise some taxes somewhere to try to get a handle on what is going on and make it a priority. But nobody wins by saying we're going to raise taxes. In fact, the left right now is talking about, hey, guys, we're going to raise a little bit of taxes on the rich, but we're going to cut taxes on the middle class. We're going to rebuild from the middle class and build it out because the middle class is gutted. And at the rate we're going with AI coming, there's going to be the upper and everybody else.
I specifically remember watching Walter Mondale at the Democratic Convention when he was doing his speech for accepting the nomination. He said that taxes are going to have to be raised. He won't tell you, I just did. And then he got his ass kicked like a narc at a biker rally.
Yeah. I mean, it's because telling people the truth, here's what everybody wants as a voter. You want to be told what you want to hear, and that's it. That's what everybody wants. Tell me what I want to hear. Don't tell me the truth. I remember when McCain was in, the Rust Belt, and he's in a factory. By the way, a factory that hasn't pulled their noon lunch thing in forever. And they're like, when are you bringing back jobs? And he looks and he goes, these jobs aren't coming back. None of these jobs are coming back. What do you guys think? This isn't going to happen. He told the truth. And what did he get? Like you said, beat like a narc at a bike rally. Oh, my goodness.
And everybody's budget is sacrosanct. You can't touch my thing. Go over there and cut his instead.
So people are like, you're a downer. No, I'm honest. This is why people that went talk more about politics, because you don't want to know the truth. That's the fact. You want to be placated, told how great everything is when it's not. You want to make sure the other side gets the blame. Guess what? Both sides, they're the same. They're all spending money.
Your money.
No, they spent our money years ago. Ken's already said that. This is your kids' money they're spending.
Yeah.
We're at the point now where somebody's going to come repo Hawaii. They're going to bring over a little boat and tow it away.
Well, and it's like Elon Musk, posted to X, I think last week that, he posted the idea about everybody just getting I don't know what he called it, just a check every month.
Universal basic
income.
Where's that money going to come from?
It's magic, Ken, from the robots we're all getting. Yeah. And Andrew Yang started preaching, we got to start doing this. We got a universal basic income. If you think 40 to 6% of the jobs in the next 5 years are going to be obsolete, what do you think that's going to look like? How do we replenish that as far as income for people? It's going to come from somewhere. But we're not going to raise taxes. So we're just going to print money? Are we going to get to the point where we're going to be one of those African nations where somebody hands you a $50 million bill so you can buy an egg?
And at a certain point, if they were to do that and start printing checks for people, at a certain point, you're going to have the population going, oh, I need some more. I need some more. I need some more. And we're right back in the same hole.
And the stuff you buy is going to get
very
more
expensive
and more expensive.
Yeah. Your spending power since the 90s is evaporating because they're printing dollars and everything's getting more expensive. And oh, by the way, your wages aren't growing relative to inflation over that time. So when you hear people talk about the great old days where you used to be able to have a part-time job, well, guess what? Boomers had the greatest experience ever. Why is that? Because there was nobody left on the planet that could do anything but America. That was it. The biggest expansion in the middle class in history. We were doing everything. It was awesome for them. But for the rest of us, it's been a struggle.
Woodrow Wilson, the idiot that he was.
The worst.
Worst president in history. People like to, say Trump is. No, he's not. Obama was. No, he wasn't. Woodrow Wilson is the guy who got the income tax added to the Constitution, and he started the Federal Reserve. Since the Federal Reserve came into existence, it has helped to wipe out 98% of the value of the dollar.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? They needed to spend. That's the one thing. He wanted to make government the central thing in your life, and they have, and they continue to do so. That's why we do funny things like White Woman Wednesday and One Hit Wonder Wednesday. All right, coming up, we'll do a little White Woman Wednesday. Got some of your text messages as well. If you're missing the show, share me to grab the podcast. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, kids, I want to talk to you about Amazing Relief Factor, which is incredible, and I want you to try it right now. All right, less than $20, 3-week quick start. You're going to feel amazing, naturally formulated. You can take it every single day. Now, this is not for like if you've got a back where you're going to have surgery. This is about inflammation in your muscles and your joints. As you get older, life gets a little bit tougher. We all recognize that, and this is going to help you with that. It's going to get you back feeling better every day. That's what I love about Relief Factor. I take it every day. It's non-addictive, naturally formulated. You will feel a difference, and you'll feel a difference fast. Go to ReliefFactor.com and get yours now, ReliefFactor.com, or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4, RELIEF, for Relief Factor.
At least one tornado confirmed to have touched down early yesterday morning. We'll tell you about that and other top stories at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Nice, very nice, my friend, very nice. Got some of your wonderful text coming up here in a little bit. Some people a little bit angry with us, Bell. Just let you guys know that. And I'm okay with that. Again, I'm okay with people being upset. Here's the thing. Would you like to know the truth? Like if you would, let's say you go to your doctor and your doctor says, you know, like you kind of know you're a little bit bigger. have some issues? Do you want to be told everything's great and it's wonderful, keep doing what you're doing, and everything's going to be awesome? Or would you like to know the truth? Nobody wants to hear the fact that we've overspent, we overconsume, we buy houses that are built way too big for starter houses. People can't afford, a lot of people can't afford goods anymore. The stuff that we need is more expensive. The stuff that we want's cheaper than ever.
I'd be happy if they would just start with the Republicans stopping with the fiscal responsibility lies.
Yeah.
You've never cut a dime from the budget. You don't even try anymore. Stop saying you're the fiscally responsible party, because you're not.
No.
You're no better than the Democrats when it comes to spending money.
No. Well, yeah, except for the fact, and we've also set up a system where spend it or lose it. Spend the dollars or lose the dollars. There is no incentive if you got $500 billion and you spend $400 billion and you come in under budget. They just take that away from you. So now, so there's no incentive. So what do? You spend 10% past what you have, because next time you're going to get 20% more than you need. So you got to keep spending. That's not good. You know what else is not good? Ladies.
It's White Woman Wednesday. She's saving the world in a thread bag. Typing lists every sentence, then hit send and calls it present. White Woman Wednesday.
I love the white ladies. We got one more today from our good friend and yours, Kylie. This time, she's going to tell all of us how racist we are for not dating somebody of another color, even though apparently that's what you have to do to prove you're not racist?
This might be a hot take, but if you're a white person and you're not even open to dating other races, then you are racist. Because you're seriously going to sit here and tell me that on a planet with 7 billion people that you don't find any person attractive who isn't white? People are objectively attractive regardless of skin color. There are black women, black men, brown women, brown men who are gorgeous. For you to say that, it's either an extreme amount of cope or you are just so racist that you can't even recognize the beauty in those individuals. Or there's option number 2, which is probably more likely that you've just been taught implicitly or explicitly since you were a child not to date outside the race, because unfortunately a lot of parents will tell their kids white is right or some variation of that. So if you are just completely unwilling to engage in dating or like other interactions with other races, I consider you to be racist yourself. That's why if I date other white people, my standards are really high. Like, you have to be actively anti-racist and you literally have to be willing to date other races, because I cannot and will not have a partner that upholds white supremacy, because I find it absolutely repulsive. So if this is you, you might want to examine your internal biases and do a little bit of work on yourself. Try to understand, why is interracial dating such a big deal to you? Clearly see other races as inferior, or it's one of the reasons I said before.
There you go. So if you don't date people of other races, it's because you are racist.
I would absolutely date a person of color before I would ever date her.
Yeah. I date Lindsey Graham before I date her, because Lindsey's going to be the belle of the ball. Speaking of balls, we need the new ballroom. Hey, everybody, it's me, Lindsey Graham. Vote for me, because I am the belle of the ball. I did this earlier today, and somebody's like, have you ever dated a person of color? I'm like, yeah. I've dated a sister? Absolutely. I dated a chick from India. She was gorgeous. Oh, she was ridiculous. And I'm part Mexican, so it doesn't even count. I may look white, but I'm part Mexican. And Latinos, they've got that hot blood. They're in fuego.
They'll gladly throw a brick at your head if you piss them off.
Yeah. My grandma, she had a chancla. She'd hit me all the time from across the room. She was a ninja. Whoa, Grandma, what are you doing? It's not very cool. So remember, guys, date somebody of color. And it doesn't matter if you're married. You could go out, right? Date a person of color. Your brother or a sister, see a white guy, even though you may be married, remember, but you've got to be married to the same color. So that way, when you date somebody else of another color, what you're really doing is telling everybody you're anti-racist.
Man,
See?
that's a lot to think about before the first date.
It is a lot to think about. And your wife probably won't be happy. But you know what? You're doing it because you want to be anti-racist. You're welcome. You're welcome. Coming up, 1-8 Wonder Wednesday. As of now, Ken is in the lead. We will find out if Ken wins the day and gets the belt. 1-8 Wonder Wednesday. Straight ahead, Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7.
2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers in Brentwood, we've got the right lane blocked by a crash. Going to be 65 northbound near Concord Road. Then in Bellshire, 24 eastbound near Briley Parkway. And in Antioch, an injury crash, 24 westbound right before Haywood Lane. Also in Middle Tennessee, an EF1 tornado confirmed by the National Weather Service following Tuesday's severe weather across the region. The tornado developed near Strawberry Hill Road before moving through parts of Robertson County. Hundreds of trees uprooted, multiple barns damaged along the storm's path. The tornado on the ground for about 2 minutes, with winds estimated at 95 miles per hour. In our nation's capital, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth trying to sell Congress on the Pentagon's $1.5 trillion request for fiscal year 2027. But critics, including ranking member of the House Armed Services Committee, Washington Democrat Congressman Adam Smith, are skeptical.
Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
reclaiming
might be.
my time for
we're
just a
watching
quick
it.
second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a conventional shield of thousands of missiles.
So Operation Midnight Hammer accomplished nothing of substance. It left us at exactly the same place we were before.
Federal Reserve leaving interest rates unchanged, and the Fed voting to hold the benchmark rate in the range between 3.5% to 3.75%. And in the Oval Office, President Trump welcomed the 4 astronauts who successfully flew the Artemis II mission.
We're very proud of these people. They have unbelievable courage, unbelievable. A lot of other things, too, by the way. To get in there, you have to be very smart. You have to do a lot of things physically good. So I would have had no trouble making it. I'm physically very, very good. Maybe a little bit of a problem. I don't know. I'm sure. We'll have to try it sometime.
That's the latest news.
He would have been there. He would have been the greatest astronaut. You guys know I could have flown it all by myself.
That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Kids, our good friends over at Beacon would love to talk to you about what's going on when it comes to your retirement. And let me again, retirement's not just about dollars and cents. It's about everything, right? It's about making it work for you. You don't want to unretire, and they can help you with everything when it comes to your retirement. Maybe you're thinking taxes, right? Tax day just came. You got everything handled? Maybe next year you might think about, what could they do for you? Maybe you're thinking about long-term care. The importance of long-term care cannot, I'm telling you guys cannot sleep on that. It is so important to make sure that you got everything handled. Probate, estate planning, things of that nature. And yes, the dollars and cents of not wanting to outlive your retirement and have to unretire, because nobody wants to do that. That's why Beacon. Call them today. Get a free personalized financial consultation. It's not going to cost you anything. They're local and amazing, and they'll walk you through everything that it is that they do. Maybe you want that guaranteed income. Maybe you want something where you're thinking to yourself, I want to be able to live my life and do something I've always dreamed of doing. They can help you with that. But the first thing you got to do is call Beacon, 615-488-9303. 615-488-9303, or check them out online at beaconcm.com. For Beacon Capital Management, this is a paid placement. All right, guys, let's talk about Omaha Steaks. Their big burger opportunity for you right now. Burger perfection going on. Less than $100, $99, 100% unconditional, bite for bite, money back guarantee, and you're going to get so many burgers and 8 smash burgers absolutely free delivered to you. And we're talking about top sirloin burgers. We're talking about the best filet mignon burgers. We're talking about the best smash burgers, all delivered to you, and so many more. Brisket, yeah, they've got everything. So it's a burger-tacular time, and especially as the weather gets better, opportunities abound for you to eat even better with my friends at Omaha Steaks. Now, here's a great thing. When you go to omahasteaks.com, use my code Benson, $35 off at checkout. It's omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson to save an extra $35 at checkout. It's already under $100, so you're going to save big, and you're going to get 8 free smash burgers. omahasteaks.com, code Benson. See site for detailed terms. May apply. All righty. It is that time of the program, my friends. Hold on, I got to find yours, Belle. Where we do something fun. It's called One Hit Wonder Wednesday. We break it down for you. We have a lot of fun with this. This is where we each take a song. You guys vote on who has the best song of all. Then we award somebody the belt, the championship belt from our good friends over there at the Wellness Institute in Nashville. Dr. Mitchell has done us right. It's One Hit Wonder Wednesday.
Now it's time for another edition of One Hit Wonder Wednesday.
No, that should have been good, but it's okay. We got it this time. All right. One Hit Wonder Wednesday. You know how we do? We break it down. Simple, easy, from top to bottom. We give you that one hit wonder that you, right, will vote on and decide who gets to win. Me, or maybe Belle, or this time probably Ken. He's in the lead this time. So we're going to start with Belle this time. Belle, who do you got for us?
From 1997, Meredith Brooks with her single Bitch that peaked at number 2.
You said a bad word.
I said a bad word. It peaked at number 2. It was there for 3 weeks, and then that's all she wrote. She never had another song that entered the Hot 100, and she got denied her number 1. She went all the way into number 2 and has to look back and say, I missed it by one point.
Yeah, missed it by 1 point. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here we go. She had such a cool voice.
Yeah.
She's almost 70. I didn't know that. I thought she was kind of that Sheryl Crow, kind of around our age, in our 20s.
She had been around for a while when this finally came out.
She's a big producer, if I'm correct. So she produced Jennifer Love Hewitt. If you guys don't know who she is, she's our favorite ghost hunter.
Ghost hunter, yeah.
She ghost whispers. Yeah, that's right. It's really weird why all of you're only haunted by young men who only show up at night after you got out of the shower.
Or after your husband's fallen asleep.
Ooh, bees. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. It was a good time. There's no doubt about that. Excellent time back in the day. You know, the 90s, very nostalgic right now. 90s are all back. You know what else is back? The 90s slang, the kids using 90s slangs. My kids were playing their games yesterday, little Roblox together, and Charlie did something to Dee Dee, and she goes, talk to the hand.
That's brilliant.
I was waiting for her to go, what's up? All right, Ken, what do you have for us?
That's in mono.
Yeah, that's why. They recorded it on a tin can.
I don't know why, but for some reason that song makes me think of Saturday morning cartoons.
It does. You know why? It makes me think of like a Sid and Marty Krofft kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like the Great Space
Yeah.
Coaster, get on board. It's the Great. Yeah. Oh. Probably smoking weed.
Was he a space Mormon?
I don't know. It's such a great song, though. Yeah. And they were one-hit wonder, too.
That's one of those bands that even if you don't know what they played, you've heard the name.
Does anybody want to hear a 14-minute drum solo? No, but everybody's high, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they think. Woo-hoo. All right, for me, massive band, two brothers, crazy, from Manchester and all, think they're better than the Beatles. And they gave us the one hit that landed on the Billboard top. You know, I always tell everybody, if Casey Kasem didn't talk about it, it didn't exist. All right, you got to get on the top 40. It's the way I look at the one-hit wonder. Because there are bands out there that had minor secondary hits, but they're only ever known for a singular hit. So, and as Bell always likes to point out, this is also our show, so we do whatever the hell we want. The band, though, Wonderwall, little Oasis. Saves me. Such a great song. Those guys are hilarious.
I like that he sings with his accent.
Yeah, well, that's part of it, right?
Well, it's, for whatever reason, most people that try to break the U.S. market tend to...
They want to have a neutral accent.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. They wanted to have a neutral accent because they thought it would help them. But you know who didn't? The Clash.
Yeah.
They never pretended to. Rancid, even though they're from New Jersey, they made sure they sounded like they were British. But this topped out at like number 9. It wasn't anything great, but they've had so many massive hits elsewhere. Last year, they beat Beyonce when it comes to concert tours, and they didn't do a lot of dates. They had 2.5 million people roll through. They didn't do a ton of dates. Average stadium was about 80,000 people. And if they played tonight, man, if they said we're going to do 5 nights at Madison Square Garden, they'd sell it out every night.
Yep.
That's how big Oasis is. And mostly because you also are going, you know what? There's a good chance they may not get through the concert before they beat each other up.
That was one of the things that always turned me off about the band is the two brothers constantly fighting, and you would read an article about them, and it would be more about one of them beating up the other or one of them talking about how he hates the other than it would be about the songs.
Yeah. Oh, all the time. And they got to the point where they were more known for bickering.
Yeah.
And that generation didn't know who they were because all they did was fight.
It wouldn't surprise me now if they're traveling in 2 separate planes as they tour.
No, they get along well. They get along a little bit better. You know what? I also have a feeling, I'm going to say this, there may be a time or two where maybe they had too much to drink. Yeah, I remember him telling a story about going out with Morrissey. And Morrissey and him got absolutely blank-faced and ran up thousands of dollars, on credit cards because they like to drink. Liam and Noel have both had a few. Hell, they always look like they're drunk anyways. That's partially the Mancunian way.
I'm sure Morrissey had a little talk with them, too, about just because the tour's booked doesn't mean you have to show up to the dates.
Yeah, he's an odd. Morrissey is an odd character. I'll tell you that right now. But no, Champagne Supernova didn't hit the charts. Like, they got on the alternative charts, and they're massive, obviously, in Britain. They're huge. It's incredible. But here was it. Originally, they were called Rain, but there was another band already called Rain. And so he was working, I think it was Liam was working with another, punk fun band. And he was standing inside of the Oasis Leisure Club, which is where the in Spiral Carpets or somebody were going to play. And he saw Oasis and thought, that's going to be a great name for a band. So they took that one. Right? Well, like we always talk about how weird it is that some of these bands have cool names and that, first of all, they ruin them. Iron Butterfly is a cool name, right? But nobody wants to watch 14 Jethro Tull.
When I was at Maverick, we had signed the remnants of Days of the New as C14. And Days of the New was a platinum band. And we went out, took it to radio, told all the program directors it was a band called C14. Then they finally did a trademark search on the name, and it was taken. So they had to change the name to Tantric at the last minute.
It's not that hard to look. First thing you need to do.
Yes.
Go Google this. You'd be surprised how many funny things you think. There's nobody's going to be called Banana Peanut Butter Monkey Head. Oh, my God. There's a band called that? So just look it up. Look it up. All right, coming up, we're going to let you know who won. Ken with, was it Blues Image? Rocket. Oh, what a great song. Meredith Brooks from Bell there with Biatch. And for me, Oasis, Wonderwall. We'll let you know who won and who got the belt straight ahead. And we'll wrap it up. Matt will be here. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 99.7. Wrapping it up on this one-hit wonder Wednesday. It's your belt, Ken. Yeah, it's your belt. Your belt. It's a damn good song. That's going to be stuck in my head all day. Now that sounds like fun. Just the way Jesus intended it to be. That is so awesome. That is so, yeah. You won today, so that's your second win. Bell and I are stuck at 3. Or do we have 4? No, it's 3, right? Yeah, it's 3. Yeah, man, that is awesome. That's such a good song, though. A lot of Iron Butterfly. People talk, hey, Iron Butterfly played. It's so funny. Iron Butterfly played my husband's high school prom. You're like, what? That's crazy. Back in the day, they'd play anything. It was. Dude, we're tired, man. We're going to go smoke some weed. Why don't you just play the drums, man? Oh, lordy, lordy. Oh, that is fantastic. Matt is here. We've seen him. He's getting himself ready to rock and roll. A lot of you guys text in today, mad at me. And Bell, too, by the way. You're mad at Bell this time about, you're saying horrible things. Why aren't you positive? This was about the debt, the deficit, and the way things have gone. Again, the messenger is different, You're taking us out early. Oh, okay. So, lots of stuff. People are mad at. I'm like, you know what? You can't be. Nobody wants to fix in life. That's what I was trying to be. If it's going to be too uncomfortable, it's like you don't think fat people know that they got to get fit. They do. And now with body, what we should have debt positivity. So tomorrow we're going to have debt positivity, war positivity. Yeah. It is. No, because they're ostriching it. Let's put the head in the sand, and then maybe it'll work. They're one of those things where it's like, how many credit cards can we rob Peter to pay Paul to see? You know how long this is going to last? Until it doesn't. But unfortunately, the person that will probably have to address this is going to get one term because they're going to be blown out. Why? Because they're going to ask you and me and everybody else to do something that's uncomfortable. And by the way, the wealthy they're not worried about it. The well-to-do aren't worried about it. They're not. I got buddies who have money that to this day I'm flabbergasted by. And they're like, dude, you can tax me at 100%. It doesn't matter. My buddy, so he bought his house. And he goes, and let me tell you how he did it. This is how they do it. He's got stock, right, because of his company. And he goes to the board and he gets a loan against his stock. And they give him a loan. Guess what you don't pay? Taxes. You don't have to pay taxes on that. So he went and he bought a house, $8-10 million, whatever it is, probably worth $25 million now. Massive, huge. That's it. I don't have to do anything. There you go. I've got my all of my shares. The little things that you're able to do. So you can tax them at 100%. It doesn't matter. And who ends up footing the bill? And a lot of you out there get mad at me. Guess what? You're middle class. And it's shrinking. And we need to figure out a way to, start responsibly spending. But I have heard, say what you want about Clinton, but what did Clinton hand Bush?
Balance the budget.
And a surplus. There's a bunch of money in there. And then we had war. And ever since then, we've never not had war. And we've never not had spending. And when you think about the amount of money that we spend all the time, and that we're asking for $1.5 trillion, we're at the point now where the interest on our debt is as great or greater than all of the things that we have to do. Social Security, Medicaid, all of that. That's how great it is. It's $1 trillion. It would be more than what we spend on actual defense, but they asked for $1.5 trillion today for an assumption that one day they may try to get a nuclear weapon. Lordy, Lordy. If aspirations are the reason that we bomb them, because aspirationally they're trying to get a nuclear weapon, we're going to be bombing them for a long time because they're probably going to aspire to get one again at some point in time. All right, coming up, Matt is here. He's ready to rock and roll. So is Jackson. Have you won Nin Cup in the news? Have you won Nin Cup?
Yeah, I've got both trophies.
Guys, Ride Ken and his lottery numbers. Matt, straight ahead. You guys have a good one. We'll do it again tomorrow.